Hello everyone, welcome to our channel Next Gen Study, and in this video we'll be discussing on the topic of negligence and the law of torts. Now let us first see what is the meaning of negligence. A common man के words में negligence refers to carelessness. That is, अगर आपको कोई काम दिया है आपने इसको ढंग से नहीं किया वो आपकी negligence है, and due to that आपको कोई loss हुआ, then that loss is due to your own negligence. Now, Winfield and Jolowitz define negligence as the breach of a legal duty to take care which results in damage undesired by the defendant to the plaintiff. So, according to the both of these, they say कि इसमें जो plaintiff को damage होता है by the defendant. Now, ऐसा damage plaintiff तो नहीं चाहता उसको हो, but even the defendant doesn't want कि ऐसा कोई damage plaintiff को हो. In Blythe versus Birmingham Water Works Corporation, Alderson B defined negligence as the omission to do something which a reasonable man would do, or doing something which a prudent or reasonable man would not do. That is, for example, अगर मैंने अपने घर में एक fierce dog रखा है, a dog which is always angry and can hurt anyone, then being a reasonable man, मैं एक बोर्ड लगाऊंगी अपने घर के बाहर that there is a fierce dog in. But if I fail to do so जिसके कारण किसी और को hurt हो, then my act will be a negligent act and I'll be liable for all the damages जो उस दूसरे बंदे को हुआ. Now let's have a look at the essentials under negligence. तो पहला है duty to take care. The second is duty to whom. अब वो जो duty होगा that must be towards the plaintiff. There must be a breach of duty to take care, and there must be consequential harm to the plaintiff. Now let's understand the first essential, that is duty to take care. So in the case of Stansfield versus Stroman 1948, तो इस केस में हुआ क्या था, there was a decorator जिसे बुलाया गया था to carry out decorations in a house. Soon after the decoration was finished, he left the house without locking it or without informing anyone. उसकी absence में a thief entered the house and stole some valuable property of the owner. Now the house owner filed a suit on the decorator. It was held that the decorator was liable as he was negligent in leaving the house open and failed his duty of care. That is his case if the decorator would have informed anyone or would have even locked the house with before leaving, then he wouldn't be liable. But he failed to perform his duty and hence he was made liable for negligence. The next case that we'll look at is Grant versus Australian Knitting Mills 1953. So इसमें जो plaintiff था, he purchased 2 sets of woolen underwear from the retailer, and because of wearing those garments उसको एक skin disease हो गई. Now it was found out उस garment पे there was excess sulfate which the manufacturers negligently failed to remove while washing them. So इस case में the manufacturers, that is the Australian knitting mills, were held liable as they failed to perform their duty to take care. Now we just read that the first essential is duty to take care. लेकिन ये duty होती किसकी तरफ है? That is, to whom is this duty owed? So in the case of Donaghy versus Stevens in 1932, or famously we can say the Ginger Butte case, the judges explained that ये जो duty होती है, it extends to your neighbor. Now, as of who is my neighbor, Lord Atkins said that the answer must be the persons who were so closely and directly affected by my act that I ought reasonably to have them in contemplation as being so affected when I am directing my mind to the acts or omission which are called in question. Now, अब मेरे घर के सामने एक सड़क जाती है and I, for some reason, dig a hole in that road. Now, who will be affected by this? My neighbors and any passer of that road. Now, if I negligently fail to perform my duty of putting a warning sign that there is a hole ahead, तो इससे लोगों को प्रॉब्लम हो सकती है. Anyone might fall. Now, anyone passing through that road or anyone living by my house, they are my neighbor. Now, the third essential is that the duty must be towards plaintiff. The case is Borhill versus Young. इसमें जो plaintiff है, she was a fishwife. तो वो एक ट्रैम कार से उतरी थी and she was being helped to put her basket on her back. Now, while this was happening, एक motorcyclist he crossed the tram car and फिर 15 yards की दूरी पे he collided with the motor car and उसका on spot death हो गया. Now ये जो lady थी she had only heard about the collision. उसने dead body भी नहीं देखी थी. लेकिन जब वो उस जगह पे गई she saw some blood left on the road. इस कारण से she suffered a nervous shock and she gave birth to a stillborn child of 8 months. इसने क्या किया लेडी ने she sued the representatives of the dead motorcyclist. इस केस में it was held that the deceased had no duty to care towards the plaintiff and hence she could not claim any damages. The next essential is breach of duty to take care. The case is Municipal Corporation of Delhi versus Shubhangavanti 1966. तो इसमें क्या हुआ a clock tower which was situated in Chandni Chowk, Delhi collapsed causing a number of deaths. अब ये जो structure था it was 80 years old whereas इसकी normal life होती है 40 to 45 years. It was held that the corporation was having the control of the structure and they failed to take care of it and therefore they were held liable. Now the last essential is consequential harm to the plaintiff. Harm can be of any of the following classes, that is bodily harm, harm to your reputation or to property, that is आपकी building या फिर land या फिर anything जिसमें आपका interest हो or even your goods, economic loss or any mental harm or a nervous shock. Now, the case is Achyutarao Haribhau Kurao versus State of Maharashtra 1996. Now this is a case of medical negligence. इसमें क्या हुआ एक पेशेंट था जिसके स्टमक कैविटी के अंदर a mop was left and it was held that जो भी मतलब medical staff था they were negligent. Now let us understand what is the meaning of res ipsa loquitur. This thing translates to the thing speaks for itself. It is a legal theory जिसमें court presumes from the facts and circumstances surrounding an injury that negligence has occurred. Under this, it is assumed कि जो defendant था he was negligent and इसमें there is no need to prove any such thing. Now there are some elements of res ipsa loquitur. The first is that defendant जो था he was in whole exclusive control of the situation or the instrument जिसके कारण injury हुई है. The second is that the injury ordinarily occur नहीं हो सकती but it occurred due to defendant's negligence. And the third is that जो plaintiff है he was not liable or he did not contribute in the injury to him. Now if we look at the previous case Achyutaro and the state of Maharashtra वाला, so in that case जो injury हुई उसमें जो medical staff था they were under control of the situation and normally people don't end up leaving instruments in a cavity of human body, but it was the negligence of the defendant that those instruments or the mop was left in his body and जो plaintiff था he had not contributed to any of that. So that is why the court presumed that it was a case of res ipsa loquitur. That is it for this video. If you like the video then don't forget to hit the like button. Also if you want the PDF of the content which we upload then join our telegram channel for the same. जिसका link आपको description box में मिल जाएगा. Thank you.